Take whatever. Hey guys, this is a quick little reset video. I'm just gonna try to make really fast. I didn't really do anything to my face or turn off the AC. It's hot, it's summer, it's Texas. I'm just recording and I'm gonna try to one take it, but I know I'm gonna edit stuff out because I am a rambler. I made notes to try to stay on track, but even they are kind of rambly. So something is better than nothing. Done is better than perfect. I want to post something, but I get stuck in my head about like, oh, I've got to do this setup and I've got to make it about this topic and it's got to be perfect, and then I just don't post anything. So this is a something post. Something. Do you hear my office chair? This is a something post, so that I am posting something and not nothing. I want to talk a little bit about the channel update, the direction my channel is currently going in. If you've been watching for a while, you know I'm still kind of doing this U52 project, which I started in September of last year in an attempt to get more consistent and make a video every day for a year. It's been a very transitional year. A lot of people who watch this channel, I feel like I talk about this all the time, and I'm sure people who watch these long rambly videos are sick of hearing about it, but a lot of people who subscribe to this channel in the first place are hoopers, and I am a serial hobby monogamist, which means that I really love learning new skills, and I will get really obsessed with one hobby, and I will just learn as much as I possibly can about that hobby, and eventually it gets to this level where like the effort required to level up, get to the next level, is more than my enthusiasm for getting to that next level, and I start to peter out. So like when you start a hobby, there's a lot of access to beginner level instruction, and it's easier to find beginner stuff in your area. When you start reaching higher levels, or you know, where you kind of get diverging schools of skill, like I don't know, that you know how like you start to branch out different. This is not making any sense. Point is, it's when I hit that level, the diminishing returns, where like, okay, I've gotten from like here to here, but to get from here to here is going to require a lot more than I had to give to get to here. And it's like, I'm good, but I'm not the best. But becoming the best requires a lot more than I want to give, because what I get out of hobbies is the skill acquisition, the learning process. It's fun to watch myself go from meh to eh. And when getting from like to is bigger, more than the excitement I get out of that getting there process, then I start looking for something else. I hope that made sense. That started happening with hooping, and my desire to make hooping videos and continue selling hoops in my Etsy shop just was going down and down and down, and it was getting really overwhelming because I had all this because I had all these expectations of people who knew me for, I've talked about this before, but I'm turning the page because I'm getting off track. Thank you, notes. So ultimately, my goal for this past year of posting videos was to, number one, get more consistent, and number two, figure out a new direction for the channel. And at first I thought it was just going to be vlogging, because I love watching vloggers, but every time I try making my channel just me vlogging or posting whatever, I feel really disconnected. Like, I feel like I am a teacher at heart, and I want to be helping people do things, and so my channel keeps coming back to teaching or trying to help. And what I've come around to, if you haven't noticed, is Etsy. So that's where I'm at right now, is building up a channel kind of based on the central theme of growing your Etsy shop or building an Etsy shop. Unfortunately, it's pretty apparent that this does not appeal to that many people yet. the past year, despite being more consistent than I've ever been in my life with YouTube, I've been on YouTube for about 4 to 5 years on this channel, and this year's subscriber growth has been dramatically lower than every other year before, except for like my very first year. And that is kind of depressing, but at the same time I expected it, because I know that when I'm watching a channel and it goes in a completely different direction that I'm not into, it's hard to stay excited about new videos. You kind of expect things from the people you watch, and when they aren't delivering that to you, you look for other entertainment or other content, and I get it. And it's growing pains, but I feel like for me, Etsy as a channel topic is more sustainable than just making vlogs about whatever the hell, or, you know, it's sustainable for me because my entire life I've always been interested in making money in unconventional ways. I've never been really good at it, but I've always been really interested in it. So even as a kid, I would have like these really terrible business ideas where, like, oh, hey mom, what if we turn our house into a restaurant? Our kitchen is a restaurant, and I will serve my delicacy, which is peanut butter toast with sprinkles. We'll call it American toast. It'll be a hit. I see no flaws with this plan. I'm a terrible cook. Opening a restaurant is a stupid idea. But, like, I also made a catalog out of my craft books and sent it to all of my relatives. Like, I've just always been interested in making money without having to necessarily have a real job. And, like, I've always been an early adopter and really excited about sites like Patreon and Kickstarter and Etsy, just anywhere where you can create income for yourself. I've always loved it, and I don't know how much of it is actually the money, because I'm not very good at it. Like, learning business skills has been very hard for me. So parts of business are just icky. Like, parts of it feel like, you know, you're selling out and you're doing these icky things, but they work. So you kind of have to figure out what you're comfortable with. And, like, if you don't post anything, then no one's gonna know what you're creating. So you have to self-promote a little bit. You have to self-promote a lot. But eventually, like, once people like what you're putting out there, it's not really self-promotion in that same icky way anymore. You're not really, like, forcing yourself in front of people. It's more like people are waiting to see what you do next. So you kind of have to figure out ways around the ickiness if you want to be a person who earns money in a unique way. And for me, like, I totally am motivated by money, but not in the same way a person who, like, climbs to the top of a business CEO chain is motivated by money. For me, it's more like a game. Like, what can I do that's not traditional but still puts $1 in my hand? And so it's like figuring out cheats or hacks, I don't know, for earning money. It's not the most profitable way to go about your life, but it's something that has always interested me. It's the thing that has linked all of my hobbies together. No matter what the hobby was, I was always trying to be like, how can I make money off of this? What can I do with this that people will pay me for? And when I figure something out and succeed, it's like, oh, I did it, I cracked the code. Well, apparently there was insufficient room on my memory card, so I don't know where that cut off. I think I have said everything that I wrote down in my notes, but just in case it cut off super early, ultimately, I want to be a place where people who are also interested in earning a living outside of their traditional place of work can come and have like someone who isn't this big, you know, person, someone who isn't like, oh, well, if you want to be rich like me, just follow these 3 perfect, simple steps and you can get there. Like, no, doing this is messy, it's hard, there's a lot of bullshit you've got to work through and also talk yourself through. Like, it's a lot to do, and I want to be a cheerleader for anyone who's trying to do it, to someone who could be like, your concerns and struggles are normal, and the suckiness in the beginning is normal, and it's almost fun once you get used to dealing with how much things suck in the beginning, to watch the progress of like overcoming the suck and getting better. It's possible. You can do it. It's possible. So yeah, and Etsy might seem like a really narrow topic, but to me, it's a really open topic because it's just kind of like a step into that realm of living your dreams and doing the thing and all that. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where the channel is at. If you have been around for a while and you're still watching, I would really appreciate any feedback. If you think the videos I'm making are kind of achieving the goal that I just laid out here, or if you think there's anything I could be doing different, if you have any ideas or suggestions, I would definitely appreciate the feedback, because it does kind of feel like I'm making videos into a void right now. It feels like at least like 70% of the comments I'm getting on my video are spam from people who are like, if you liked this video, check out my Facebook page. And it's like, that's unhelpful. So yeah, I really do appreciate feedback on what I'm making, because it helps me steer and know if I'm on the right track. So I have gotten some positive feedback on the tutorials so far. It's just going to take a little bit more time for people to kind of find me as this current incarnation of myself, rather than finding the hoop tutorials, coming to the channel, and being disappointed that that's not what I do anymore. And maybe that's just going to continue to happen, because I'm not going to take them down. I don't believe in like erasing things from the internet just because they aren't, you know, where I'm at in my current life. It's part of who I was. It's part of my existence. So if you Google my name, you'll find all kinds of crazy things that I have done online over the years. Anyway, blah 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 blah. That's my reset video. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment if you have any, if I already said that. But I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I will see you the next time I make a video, which will hopefully be on Friday, because that is the day I am aiming for at this point, for consistency's sake. Alright, goodbye. Oh, hello. Do you like it in there? Oh.